great morning. This morning is a great morning. We are in the preparation stages of what will be a glorious occasion, a celebration. So this morning I come to you to tell you that after next Wednesday, the mission will be this close to completion. Notice I didn't say completed because it's not done yet, but it'll be this close to completion. Half of our campus will have almost crossed the finish line. But as I stated with the children this morning, the back of our shirts at the beginning of the year said, I can, I will, I must. But we changed that mid-year when it came to that turnaround stage. When I told you that what happened here now had changed the world, we changed that phrase to we can, we will, and we must. So when we changed that term, it meant that we all had to climb on board. When you're rowing down a stream and everyone is working together, it's beautiful, it's in unison. They have Olympic Games. But what about when you're rowing and somebody's at the back drilling holes in that same boat? Can you get across the finish line? Chances are you probably cannot. Same thing happens in life. You come up against some of those drillers versus some of those people who are rowing. ING is on the end of both of those. So if we look at similarities and differences like we started out the year, what's similar and what's different? They're both doing an action, but one is helping and one is hurting. I don't know about you, but at E2 we do it a little differently. So I feel like everyone's been rowing. But our rowing is so strong that even if somebody's been drilling, we're still almost there. It's been all over the internet. There was a race not too long ago, and there was a runner running to the finish line. And before the runner got 5-10 steps away from the finish line, he was pumping his fist and looking at the stands. There was a runner coming hard after him, and the runner coming hard after him finished first. Finished first. I don't know about you, but all I do is win. And I think I surrounded myself with like individuals this year. We started the race handicapped. Back in the farthest lane, the worst lane you could get. We came to the track meeting, they just threw us out there. The equipment we came with at the beginning of the year, we didn't even look like a track team. We looked like the Bad News Bears. But guess what happened at the end of that story? They were triumphant because they rallied together. So at this time, I need a rallying together like none other. And I need you to sprint through this finish line. Now, the finish line is not until June. We have a whole month left. We have some more after school that's probably going to come with the babies this time. Now is the time for us to change this whole thing. You can't talk about a turnaround unless you turn everything around. You've done all you can with our 3 through 5 group. Like an old coach I used to have, when we get to Thursdays and we played on Friday nights, he'd say the hay is in the barn. We just did a walkthrough on Thursday. Now you're just walking through, people. We taught them all we can. It's hard to let them go. I was talking to 2 mothers earlier this week, and they were like, I can't let my oldest go. Wait till yours gets up. I said, I already let him go. I've already turned him over to a higher source of higher power that I can't even do. That's why he's reading on a DRE level 60 in the 2nd grade, and he's a published author, because I turned him loose and let him go. I can't take him to the highest heights. Same thing with the 3 through 5. Now is the time. You can put a few little bows on it, but let them go and let them shine. Speak life into them though. These next 2 or 3 days you have, you speak nothing but life into them. And you tell them that they can, because they already believe it. But they just need that last little affirmation from you. And then after we do that, we can tie it up with a bow. We can put a pretty little bow on it and go from worst to first. We can put it on like an old cartoon that I used to watch, Tailspin. The tail can now become the head. It's a little bit deeper for some of them. The tail can now become the head. The last can now become the first. I can take it down whatever avenue you need. Whatever you need. Same thing with our students. Whatever they needed, you supply. So now sit back and enjoy the ride. Sit back and enjoy the ride. Because my favorite movie of all times came to me this morning when I was thinking about coming to you guys. And there's one little part in it where he says, whatever happened to the person who got everything they wanted? And the kid looked at him like, they live happily ever after. Meet me on the inside. As I stated at the very beginning of the year, what happens here will change the world. Now, I didn't say that lightly or loosely, and it wasn't tongue-in-cheek. It was a statement that I really meant. It was something that I really wanted to speak into each and every person who walked on this campus. My purpose for that was for you, the students. My entire leadership style is for you. Everything that I do, everything that I say is for you. It's never been about me. Never. And so I had to take you from the beginning of the year just believing in yourself, saying, I can, I will, I must. Because when you first walked on this campus, there were several of you that didn't believe. There are several of you that come from homes that people still don't believe you can. But you do. It's stated plainly that a child will lead them. So there is nothing stopping you all from leading your own homes. Nothing. Your teachers are here in front of you to pour into you and give you all that they can. And I don't think I could have found a better crop of teachers to teach. Because traditionally what teachers do is they say what you can't do. They say what you won't be, what you can't be. These teachers here are continuously telling you, trying to pull it out of you, that you can do it. That's why we had to flip it, because it was a turnaround school. And people think turnaround schools are just shown by scores. Scores and data lie all the time. But the family and the team atmosphere never lies. When you can proudly wear, we can, we will, we must on the back of your shirt, that means you have become a part of a unit that cannot be stopped. Boys and girls, there was a Fired Up Friday about a month ago that a little girl came up to me and said, there was somebody that goes to another school and they were talking about our school, and I really went in that Fired Up Friday morning, I'll tell you the truth. Because when it comes down to me and mine, I definitely defend it. When you started this year off from the past data and numbers, you may not have been the top school. You may have been statistically one of the lowest schools. But guess what? In life, when you get to the lowest of low times, when you get to the darkest of dark times, that's when change is getting ready to happen. Right before the morning time and the sun comes up, it's the darkest part of the night for a reason. You guys were took low so you could be elevated higher. Take this year, take this time, soak it in. Because these teachers may not be here next year. As some of you know, we have a student that left us and went to Dallas and came right back. She wasn't getting poured into like this in Dallas, so she had to come back. She missed you all. And how can I tell she missed you? Because she was just like a little sister. She came back and started stirring everybody up. She just wanted to know she was here. And we're glad she's here. That's the family atmosphere. But guess what? Just being a family and just turning around is not enough. It's not enough. Because at the beginning of the year, I said what? What happens here will change the world. In order to change the world, you got to show up and turn up next week. It won't be complete if you don't. If you're looking outside right now to see somebody that doesn't have anything to do with this, you probably don't need to. Because you guys and girls in this room are the only ones that can truly make this turnaround complete. Monday morning, 5th grade, you're starting out with math. And you got to come in and you got to do your rope-a-dope. Because we're only on about round 3 or 4 right now. You got to do your rope-a-dope. And what is our rope-a-dope? Our strategies. Our strategies. This weekend, I'm giving you homework off. But guess what? Homework off doesn't mean your reading log or your math log. And with your math log, you are to do your legal sheet that we've worked on all year long. You are to read 30 minutes. Those are the norms. We do that anyway. Do your strategies. 4th grade, when you come in Tuesday, same thing. Fall on the rope and do your strategies. When times get hard, I brought my beats for a reason this morning. When times get hard, most of you have beats, right? When times get hard, just imagine you have your beats on and you can't hear anything but your favorite song, whatever it is, and just bob your head and get back in the rhythm. Get back in the rhythm. Don't allow a question to trip you up. If you don't get it, move on and come back to it. Save it for the end. We were just at a district meeting and the other principals were in there talking, and guess what? Some other principals, some schools in this state, they have students who don't even complete tests. We don't do that here. We show up and we show out. So you fall back, and just when it's the right time, you gotta wait for it. You gotta wait for it. You give the uppercut from the underdog. And you take us last to first in 1 year. It's going to happen. I'm claiming it right now. Writing and 5th grade reading already started us off. And we're ahead of the pack. We are in first place right now. And I'm not just talking about a district, I'm talking about a state, I'm talking about a world. That writing and reading that you have already done has put us so far ahead, it's not even funny. But guess what? There's a tortoise in the hare, right? And what happened? The hare sprinted out to the start. And so the hare thought he could sit down, rest, go around and lap up the tortoise, just laugh and play. And guess what happened at the end? Yeah, the tortoise won. But see, we're different. We're different. Because when you're in beast mode, you don't stop. We started out sprinting, guess what? We're going to sprint through the finish. And if we need to, we'll come back and run another race while they're still crawling. You understand me? I expect nothing but the best from you. I expect nothing but execution from you. I expect nothing but maximum effort from you. And at the end of the day, if you will do those things for me, for your teachers, we will live with the results. Because we already know what they're going to be. Beautiful. You've done it, boys and girls. Now all you have to do is show. All you have to do is show. So from me to you, I want you to know, the ultimate uppercut from the underdog is here. You've been equipped with it. You've been equipped with it. The fight is going to go 12 rounds. We're not going to win it early. But in the 12th round, on May the 12th, May the 13th, when the second round of reading comes in, we will give an uppercut like none other. And nobody will expect it. So enjoy being last right now. Enjoy being in the race right now, because guess what happens when you win and you get to the top? Everybody begins to look at you. Everybody wants to know how it happened. There's a video that already started the chronicle. These teachers will tell the rest of it, and then you will have the ending credits. Have a great day. Fired Up Friday is upon you. Act like it.